picked an insanely long piece to read. It's called Excess. To see you laugh and smile so free and joyful, to look across the table into your glad eyes and realize how long it's been since I've seen you like this and how it makes me happy in a way nothing else can. I want to risk raising a glass to you before we even lift our forks. Not out of some mindless urge, some rampant intimacy of boobs it comes to, jumping out of his seat and applauding a concert before it ends. But as your sensitive accompanist, or better yet, as an unintrusive though starved gnat that hovers over a banquet, that fog-bound gnat who in a sunburst of an invitation alights on the potlatch, Cristoforo Messabugo orchestrated for Ippolita this day, and follows the guests as they arrive after a recital led by dancers across the garden under swags of flowers strung from tree to tree, where more musicians begin to play beneath a festooned canopy, all eyes aglitter amid glittering white wine bottles and silverware on bright white linen, tables decorated with flowers, salt cellars, gold and silver finger bowls of scented water, and 15 great gilded sugar sculptures of Venus, Bacchus, and a plump Cupid. They devour the antipasti, asparagus salad, anchovies, herbs, and marzipan biscuits, not knowing 18 courses await them, each consisting of 7 different dishes, each announced by a different entertainment. The first, by 3 trombones, its centerpiece, a huge boiled sturgeon with garlic and red sauce. The second, pike strewn with blue borage flowers and tench dressed alla francese. By the lighter sounds of flute and oboe, the music nearly overwhelms the 5th course, when clowns tumble around the tables, followed by singers and jaunty dancers. During the 9th course, 1,000 oysters served with plates of oranges and pears. Pipers start to play what many mistake for the finale, until squires relay the tables with new centerpieces, 15 nude figures, male and female, made of black biscuit, flavored with honey and sesame, their gilded heads garlanded with bay leaves, their modesty guarded by wildflowers. This time the salads are served with caviar to the sound of a bassoon, and as a lutist sings madrigals, cuttlefish arrives, and fried squid, crayfish, and macaroni, while singers dressed as peasants dip and sway, pretending to sniff the garden grass and bring the season to a bounteous end. After the 17th course, broad beans, raw artichokes, parmesan, cherries, sweetmeats, squires again relay the tables, bringing perfumed toothpicks and more scented water. Along with the final course, candied fruits and cakes, candied lettuce and cucumbers, the orchestra assembles and all the singers. Servants carry in a great silver bowl brimming with bracelets, earrings, rings, necklaces, and fragrant gloves, gifts that the Duke himself is supposed to bestow as he bids his guests goodbye. But instead he jumps up in the middle of a madrigal and demands an encore. The conductor exuberantly complies, and the musicians pick up the tempo with an urgency I can't help but liken to a horde of insatiable gnats that out from nowhere plunges onto the campsite in the dunes, where a famished John James Audubon, after a day of trudging through marshland, searching for curlew on the Carolina flat banks, hunkers over firelight and plops fish, oysters, and beefsteaks onto the embers. He travels light in the wild, packs no fork or plate, so snatches his food bare-handed from the coals and juggles the meat scorched and rare until it's not too hot to hold. Neither does he bother to carry salt. A sprinkle, a fistful of gunpowder makes the steaks savory enough for him. He stumbles to the shore to scrub the grease, charcoal, and powder off his blackened face and hands. Then gnats, vanishing as stars, begin to sparkle and swarm, drops back on the sand, weary though inexpressibly happy, sprawled beneath a plenitude that he begins to hum and play along with, echoing what after years of searching he first heard only hours before, when a few curlew flew overhead, then dozens, then hundreds and thousands more, a continuous flow whose silence, not a note, not a cry, perplexed him until he felt as much as heard at the upsurge, his enskyment and soft and low, a pour of wings beyond number. But come to think of it, if I did raise my glass now, would I risk sounding like Audubon, poor Audubon, later on in his life, happy but mindless in his early dementia? Maybe it was all that gunpowder. Seated all day in his dining room, stuck in continual present, the memory of each meal erased as soon as he finishes eating it. So he rings his little bell again for another to be brought to the table, 8, 9, 10 dinners a day, consisting of various meats, mostly pork and potatoes, boiled vegetables, duck, sometimes stewed eels with anchovies, seasoned with salt and pepper, sage and onion, served with nutmeg and juice of half a